constituencies. Just to give a brief of what we have already also concluded in terms of electoral schedule for these by-elections. We have completed the supplementary registration of voters, the display of the voters register, provisional voters register for objection, and we do not get any objections. So the final voters register for the 5 by-elections were then finalized and published. We have also completed the nomination of candidates for the 5 by-elections. In addition to that, ballot papers have been printed and they have been deployed together with non-sensitive materials to our regional depots where the elections will be conducted. Yeah. As we speak, we are busy conducting training for polling officials in all the 5 constituencies, which started yesterday and ran until Friday for these by-elections. We'll start with the issuance of duplicate voters cards at the constituencies in these particular constituencies that are concerned. And as you are aware, it's only the residents of these constituencies who are eligible to participate in these elections.
As you clearly stated there, these are 5 constituencies that will take part in these upcoming by-elections. Which are those constituencies that will take part in these by-elections here?
We have Grootfontein constituency in the Otjozondjupa region, Kabe South constituency in the Zambezi region, Kamanyap constituency in Kunene region, Ochivarongo constituency in Otjozondjupa region, as well as this Fontaine constituency in Kunene region.
Siluka, also briefly walk us through some of the steps that have been taken to ensure that the voting process will be smooth and transparent come election day.
As per the Electoral Act and the Regional Councils Act number 22 of 1992, these by-elections conducted with those 2 legal instruments, and all the legal requirements have been met. Firstly, what we did was that when the vacancies occurred, as per the Electoral Act, we as the Commission has to recommend to the head of state, Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, on the statutory dates for the conduct of the statutory requirements or statutory activities in the by-election, including the date on which these by-elections would be conducted, and that was then proclaimed and published in Government Gazette, which set as the roadmap to the conduct of these by-elections. And thereafter, we had to convene a meeting with the members of the political parties liaison committee to appraise them on the activities or the necessity of these by-elections, which was then also approved. And thereafter, we started with the activities or rolling out the activities outlined in the electoral schedule. As I mentioned earlier, everything is on course, and we have no doubt that we'll be conducting the by-elections on the 17th of June, given that also the weather forecast and the environmental aspects allows us to conduct this by-election.
Siluka, there you are mentioning that everything is on course from the side of the ECN. In terms of voter education, what initiatives has the ECN taken to ensure that the voters are well prepared come the 17th of June?
We have rolled out a targeted voter education interventions in all the 5 constituencies, whereby we have deployed our voter education officers to then conduct voter education in these various constituencies. What we have done is that we have also printed out information materials, both in English and indigenous languages spoken in these constituencies, which then disseminated as they are doing their targeted voter intervention. We have also printed out sample ballot papers to educate the voters in these constituencies regarding how to cross the ballot paper. The other intervention that we have also taken is that we have engaged with radio through NBC and other community radio stations within these constituencies to disseminate and sensitize the electorates in those constituencies about the important key dates as well as other important information that they need in order for them to then participate into the upcoming elections. So these and some of social media targeted interventions, the activities that we have been involved in to ensure that the electorate in these constituencies kept abreast of the upcoming by-election.
Siluka, as we wrap up our conversation this afternoon, what are your final remarks?
Well, we want, first of all, to urge the residents in these constituencies who might have, for any other circumstances, lost or destroyed their voters' cards to go out from tomorrow until the 12th of June to obtain a duplicate voters card. But most importantly, the reason why we register as voters is to participate into elections. So these are elections that the residents of these constituencies have to go out and cast their votes in order to elect their leaders at grassroots level. One might ask, why would we go vote now? Are we still going to vote again in November?
Yeah.
Maybe just to clarify on that as well. Of course, yes, we'll still be conducting the regional council election on the date to be announced later this year. And these constituencies, the 5 constituencies who are going to be conducting elections now, we will still be conducting elections again in November. The reason why they are conducting by-elections now is to elect the councillors who will then complete the remainder of the term that was left by the councillors who have vacated their position. And as you know, regional councillors are elected mainly to accelerate development in rural areas. And they sit on the regional council. So that is why it is important that the electorate in these constituencies go out in numbers and elect their leaders for the remainder of the term until the November election.